gotta be cuz. It's for the pieces I took off the Monopoly board. Yeah, y'all false claims, it gotta be fraud. Just keep the hood about your mouth and you gotta be charged. I doubled up, tripled up, what? Banged on the whole game, I ain't give a... Nobody tripping, handle business, got my digits up. And when I drop, you know I'm about to last time that I checked. It was 5 chains on my neck. It was no on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling in the sack. Make a $250,000, no sweat last time that I...
It's the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. And this, a pivotal Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns getting set to match up with the San Antonio Spurs. Hi again, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Spurs coming into play. They lead this 5-game series 2 games to none. And now they'll have 3 shots in trying to advance.
The one thing we know about playoff basketball, expect the unexpected. How many games come down to the wire, or a performance off the bench, or even a big shot at the end? Every night holds something different, and that's why we love this game so much.
Just off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
That's usually one that he'll knock down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Phoenix has the ball. Booker to Rubio. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Fires the 3. Well defended, but Ricky Rubio takes his man for a ride and knocks it down.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To DeRozan. DeJounte Murray. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any doing with that superior confidence.
Count the bucket for 2.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Murray into the front court. They're down 3. Beyond the arc for 3. To Booker. To Rubio. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passes.
To Kelly Oubre.
That was a look of a 3-point play. You're always going in, thinking you can get more at the rim.
Opposing. Here's a chance from long range. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs. To Patty Mills. Deep left corner. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And this squad just continues to light it up from long range. One of the things I learned about teams like this, teams that fall in love with a 3-point shot, as quickly as they built the lead, is as quickly as they can lose it if they're over-reliant on the 3-point shot.
Too much contact, and free throws coming.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Dario Saric at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. DeRozan with the basketball. Leads just a point to Rudy Gay. Fires the three. Tough shot. He hits.
C to three, B to three. Some young players look like deer in headlights out there on the court. But you got something different. You got that moxie.
Crawford to Booker. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Tough shot, and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
I got ball.
Crawford to Booker.
I told you the screen was coming.
Jakob Poeltl able to recover with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Booker with it. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Going to launch beyond the arc. His first effort off the mark. Mills in possession. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Suns control the possession. Crawford to Booker. Probing the defense. Now pass stolen by the Spurs. DeRozan with a shot off the mark. Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of one here in game number 3. Jay and I return in a moment. This is the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished. DeJounte Murray. That one's going to be out of bounds. Crawford. DeAndre Ayton to Crawford. For 3. Not going down here. Murray into the front court. Leads 5. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Won't go down.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
It's Phoenix ball. Crawford to Rubio. Here comes the screen. LaMarcus Aldridge rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Fires the 3. Buries it.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Rubio. No, I missed a short one there. Murray with it. Lead stands at 10. To Aldridge. Nothing going here on that drive. Aldridge. To Rubio. Here comes the screen. The screen sets him up for two.
That's dangerous. A little hezzy cross and knockdown. Lots of options going to open up as the game unfolds.
Shot from the lane won't go. Crawford. 4-3. Drills the three.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
To Rudy Gay. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
2 for 2 on that trip. Here's Rubio up top. Right now, down 7. To Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Murray. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc for 3. And a putback slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Mikal Bridges. And the slam. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
DeJounte Murray. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. Off the mark. No good. Mikal Bridges. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Got it.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Here's a chance from long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Nice pass to get things going. Late heave to beat the buzzer, so the 2 teams will head to the locker room as we reach the break here in game number 3. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our...
The Spurs have themselves a narrow lead, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Suns are still very much in this matchup. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers to the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Steals.
We might be enjoying these first half highlights of steals, but I'm sure the coaches won't be in the next film session. Neither of these teams have been consistently able to maintain control of the basketball.
Player of the half.
LaMarcus Aldridge did a great job of reading the defense and exploiting the opportunities where he can make the most damage. He's definitely feeling it. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay.
Tied game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Murray with the basketball. They lead it, 4-point game. Add 2 points to the board.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as a difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Murray into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To DeRozan. The drive right to the basket.
Yeah, power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
DeMar DeRozan at good as he completes the 3-point play, and the lead is up to 9. Into the front court, it's Booker. Looking to make something happen. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Free throw up and good as he finishes off the 3-point play. The lead is down to 6. Murray into the front court. He'll run the offense. To DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. DeRozan. From long range. Cleans it up. Slams it home on the putback.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Phoenix with it. Rubio, defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Fires the 3. Oh, that's how it's done.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving 3-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Here's Rubio into the front court. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Jumper's good.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Count the basket inside.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Suns ball. Rubio to Booker. Trying to cash in, able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Murray. Over to the right side. To Murray. And he buries it.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Rubio into the front court. Margins 8. DeAndre Ayton to Kelly Oubre. Scores from the post.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Low Aldridge. Around the perimeter. Works it up top. To Aldridge. DeRozan. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Buries it. On the catch and shoot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Here's Rubio up top. His guys down by 9. Great look and vision. He gets it.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To DeRozan. Big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Suns with the basketball. To Kelly Oubre. The pass set it all up.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
DeRozan with it. Lead stands at 7. To Patty Mills. For 3. Well defended. Tough shot for Patty Mills.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
It's corralled by San Antonio. DeRozan with the basketball. His team up by 7. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset.
We got this. Let's go.
Spurs in possession. To DeRozan. Pulls up for 2.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To Mikal Bridges. Oubre. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. An example of why he's a 3-and-D guy. Mikal Bridges. Tough shot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Patty Mills. Gets it in the left corner. DeRozan. Oh, had him going there for a second. To Patty Mills. Fires the 3. Steps out and hits.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Booker with it. Down a bundle. To Mikal Bridges. Driving right to the basket. Oh, they call him for the foul.
A simple touch foul.
Substitution being made in this one.
Count it. And the last 10 sequences down the court, Everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
To Rudy Gay. DeRozan with a shot that misses. Phoenix has the ball. Rubio to Kelly Oubre. Jakob Poeltl pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
To DeRozan. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Here's Rubio into the front court. His guys down big. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
A pass stolen by Phoenix. DeAndre Ayton. Won't go. It's DeRozan. Has a look. And strokes it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Shot from the lane won't go. Rubio, deep left corner. DeAndre Ayton to Rubio. Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
DeRozan, yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
DeMar DeRozan trying to cash in on the 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Suns control the possession. Rubio to Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre with the finish at the rim. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Count the basket at the rim.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Rubio against Patty Mills. To Kelly Oubre. The drive, right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's a problem city.
4-3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Long key from 3/4 court. It's the Spurs who are victorious. They are champions of the Western Conference. They're on their way to the NBA Finals. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs are the Western Conference champions. After a long, grueling season, they're now headed to the NBA Finals. Check out the leading scores for the San Antonio Spurs. The Suns were eliminated from the playoffs today, and I'm sure there are no words that can make them feel better right now. Making the playoffs can be considered a success, but that's probably not what they want to hear right now. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Phoenix Suns didn't really leave much to the imagination when it comes to where they struggled the most, and that was guarding the perimeter. Far too often, they let the opposition work the long-range game to their advantage.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the.
I want to come back to the question you asked me this morning. Who's my pick to win the finals? I really think you know the answer to that question. You know my answer.
I think I do, but I want to hear you say it out loud.
I think now that he's won the conference finals, the one is carrying it all the way to the finish line and will win the championship.
Look, I don't disagree that his performance has been noteworthy.
Noteworthy?
Yeah,
that's very diplomatic of you.
There is a chance, a slim chance, that he can get it done, but I'm not ready to commit to a prediction yet.
That's fine. It's even fair. I'll make sure to remind you of that when you predict, when you come back in a few months talking about that was your prediction all along. We'll see then.
Without a crystal ball, Stephen A., I just don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, I'm making my prediction now. He's winning the finals.
lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight son. First off, bow down, cause this feel like midnight club at D-Town. What's up? Double edition, new keys in the ignition. My hat tipping, Dontrell Willis with the feet kicking. Knees cranking, you see what Pete cranking. I mean, listen, y'all be tripping. See, we lately been seeing y'all be grating. I mean, face it, y'all is cheap fragrance. They know me, the phonies. They copy, they jogging, but Groxy, he just the pretty boy finna end your title reign. Arturo Gotti, we in this thing with the whole posse in this fit. Just asking to just rock me, and these kicks just asking to start rocking. But you ain't gotta ask, just watch me. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Yeah, hands up like black and white's con. Go ahead and clap your hands like you're tryna fight son. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat, just keep the lights on. Like you tryna fight some.
I don't need no glass. This is all me, so please don't ask. Ballin' on a butt, you gotta make this last. Nick driving reckless, hoping we don't crash. Pull up mad deep with all my little bro just dropped your rent on denim. In the back with my feet up kicking. Belly out with my shirt that's linen. I'm just trying to vibe, yeah, we out here gigging. Two-stepping, just out here killing. Getting hot in here, plus done kicked in. I need to slow down for your boy gets kicked out. Still feeling myself, just socializing. But you better not ask me to start freestyling. Honestly, I don't like the nightlife, fool. Since I'm here, I guess I'll enjoy the lights like you.
See you sweat. See you sweat. See you sweat. See you sweat. Yeah. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat. Keep the lights on. Yeah. Hands up like black and white. See you sweat. Go ahead and clap your hands like you tryna fight. See you sweat. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna, I see you sweat. Just keep the sweat. Yeah. Lights on. Go ahead and keep the lights on. I just wanna see you sweat. Go ahead and keep the lights.